Alright, I thought I'd try something a little bit different, recording the vlog while I'm recording my actual video. You'd think that I'd probably use the 4K camera for my video, but I'm not. I'm using that for the vlog because the SLR does a good enough job, plus the rest of the videos filmed with the SLR. Wife's asleep, so I'm not going to get in trouble for using her camera. Speaking of wife and her camera, this is the boom for her nail salon desk, which is mostly done. I've got to clean up some epoxy so that I can put some finish on this, and then that'll be this week's video. Sorry, it was going to be a step-by-step style video, but that just didn't work out. A few things went wrong. The beam compass, John Heiser's beam compass, works great. Doesn't work for the purpose I wanted it for, which is a bummer. And I only realised after I got to that stage and went, oh, that's not going to work. So I had a video for this, but ellipse drawing jig, I'm not sure where I've put that now. Oh, here we go. So this guy, this works technically, but the problem is it doesn't work with this. So I had to just get a piece of wood and stick a pencil in it and make that work. The problem is that with this jig you need two followers, or two pins, and if you lock them down in this, suddenly the compass doesn't work. Like, it just stops. If you leave them loose enough that it will move up and down the track, they move up and down this track as well, so it ended up not drawing an ellipse. So it would start off how I wanted it and then just keep getting bigger and bigger. It was much more interesting when it wasn't broken. We just ended up buying her another of these Nest video tripod heads. That's what the camera's sitting on now. That's what I typically use. I do have an old cheap tripod, which is what I've got my video camera set up for this shoot. The reason was that it's an expensive for us, quite inexpensive, relatively speaking, but expensive for us video camera. And we didn't want to put it on a cheap tripod head that we'd never seen before. Whereas we know the quality of this is relatively inexpensive, not the beefiest thing going around, but it's also not, you know, Manfrotto pricing. This is the Arca Swiss mounting style. I've mentioned that before. So these are quick release plates with a dovetail in them. You can buy third-party ones very cheap too, and I will be doing that for my teleprompter build, which I guess that'll be next weekend. Or, wow, maybe you guys can help me decide. I could do a teleprompter build next weekend, or for next weekend's video, or the other project I'm working on, which is this guy here. It's a little hard to see, so you'll have to use your imagination. This is all edge grain plywood. It's not glued up yet. It's going to be a computer case for the workshop. So it'll be a plywood computer case. All all box joined by using the plywood laminations. So that could look pretty cool. And I'm quite excited about that. I've also got some black acrylic for the sides. This was expensive, but I could get it from Bunnings and I could get it then and there rather than waiting for delivery or hunting around 10 different stores to try and find what I wanted. So it's the price you pay to get materials quickly. So I'm not sure whether I should do the teleprompter video next after Nat's nail salon table or the computer case. So let me know what you think. I guess if you're someone who does video, the teleprompter may be of interest. So I probably will hit this with the sander, but I don't need to actually film that part. Because the key to making videos is to record as little as possible. Seems counterintuitive, but it's the editing that kills you. Chisel. If you've got 2 hours of footage of me cleaning this up, you'd have to go through and find the absolute best part of it. So I've got to watch that 2 hours back. Whereas if I record very little footage, but I take very deliberate shots, think about it as I'm taking them, I'll get much better results. At least that's how I found. So a good example is, say you're ripping stuff at the table saw. Usually you've got a bulk lot of stuff to do all at once. The problem is if you record everything rather than stopping it halfway through, is that you get a lot of repeat footage. So you're tempted to either speed it up, make like an ultra cut of everything, so it's quite a lot of work. And even if you don't do that, you've still got to watch it all. You have to watch it all, the editor has to watch it all. So by only including what you need, thinking about each shot, it speeds up the whole process, and the deliberate shots tend to be, I find, a lot better thought out than perhaps capturing all footages. So I'm still working on the boom thing. I've got one side done, started sanding, postage just been. It arrived. This is Arbortek's new ball gouge. This is not quite released yet. There's no NDAs as far as I know. Well, I haven't signed anything, so. I contacted them to get a review unit, so I have my weekend plans done. These will be launching at the Sydney show, which happens to be on from today onwards, so that's really good timing. Yeah, so I might even post a separate video tomorrow, let's be realistic, giving this a first burl, and then a proper review video maybe in a week's time or so.